Hey, everybody. You are about to hear a brief retelling of the movie Better Days. Enjoy the movie. Life in the Chinese school is boiling. High school students are preparing for the entrance exam to universities, which will be held in 2 months. Chen noticed that her classmate was tense and thinking about something. She didn't immediately hear the screams coming from the schoolyard because of her headphones. On the pavement lay the body of the same girl. Sayati filmed on hundreds of phones, so our heroine approached and covered her with her jacket. The students are discussing why she decided to jump. Who drove her to it? The detective asked Chen if she was friends with a classmate and did not notice any strange behavior. After learning that the schoolgirls were not even friends, the police asked why Chen covered her with her jacket. Back in the classroom, Chen saw a red puddle on her chair. This is exactly the same way Xiao Dai was bullied before. Chen is new to this school. She hasn't even had time to make friends. Her mother owes money to creditors, so when the debt collectors break into her house, Chen has to hide on the floor. The next day, the school children saw that bars were installed on the windows to prevent such incidents from happening again. In the cafeteria, 3 of the school's bitches began to harass Chen, and it seems they had found a new victim. On the way home, they pushed Chen so that she fell on the pavement. The bitches began to torment the girl, demanding to tell what she said to the police. A single mother who sells counterfeit cosmetics breaks the law to raise money for her daughter's university education. Chen is one of the top 10 students at school. Every day at dawn, the woman goes out to sell counterfeit goods. Chen hurries home after school to avoid being attacked. She saw 3 hoodlums beating someone up and called the police. The hooligans noticed this, grabbed the girl, and took away her backpack. Chen was put on her knees and forced to kiss the beaten guy. To make the poor guy stop kicking, Chen obeyed and kissed him on the lips. Suddenly, from the last of his strength, the young man got up and kicked one of the attackers. After coming to his senses, and without saying anything to Chen, he went home, but then the stranger found the girl and gave her the money that was taken away by the thugs. He also started to fix her broken cell phone. He used to steal spare parts. Xiao Bei offered his new acquaintance a deal. Chen refused at first. She's going to go to a prestigious university, and he's just a common thug. Despite his refusal, Xiao Bei took it upon himself to walk the girl home. The walls of the house were pasted with dozens of posters with pictures of Chen's mother. "Don't believe the cheater" was written on them. During the lesson, there was an uproar, and the picture of the poster was sent to all of Chen's classmates. It was most likely the work of the main bitch White Lai. Chen cried and ran away from the class. The upset girl was picked up by Xiao Bei on a motorcycle. He brought Chen to his modest dwelling, a small shack on the outskirts. The guy fed the schoolgirl with noodles. Chen had to turn off her phone because she began to be flooded with mocking emails. The bully wondered if his guest liked him and if she would like to sleep with him, and then pressed her against the wall, reminding her that he was a scumbag, not a nice guy. In gym class, classmates ignored Chen Alai and launched a ball at her head. The next ball went between her legs. Chen freaked out and snapped, but after that, the villain threw the girl down the stairs. She makes it clear that she won't leave Chen alone so easily. A classmate asked Chen to be patient for another month and they will go to Beijing. She will endure because she is stronger than the dead. But in Chen's opinion, they are all weak. Chen realized that she had to inform the detective about the hooligans who brought down her classmate. All of them deny their involvement, saying it was her own fault and in general it was her demanding mother who got her. The next day, the detectives interview the rest of the school. A senior colleague tells Jan that school bullying cases are very complex. They were either bullied or bullied themselves as kids. Or maybe they just turned a blind eye. All 3 bullies were expelled from school. The mother of one of them on her knees asking to give the girl a second chance, and the father of another beat his daughter in front of former classmates. The class teacher assures Chen that she did the right thing, but he himself was fired from his job. Detective Zhang is just as mesmerized as Chen because the hooligans will still be able to pass the entrance exams, and they deserve a harsher punishment. He looked into Wei Lai's eyes. She's a real sociopath. Chen's mom is in trouble. The fake masks have caused allergies among the female customers. So she has to lay low for now and leave her daughter alone. Teachers are asking students to come forward and ask for help if they are being bullied by other students. Chen is the only one who wasn't smiling in the class photo together. One day, the bullies surrounded her in an alleyway, carrying a knife and a cage of rats. The girl fought back and ran away, hoping to get away from her pursuers. She hid in a garbage can. One bully lagged behind the others and heard Chen's phone ringing, but for some reason did not give her away. The girls were going to wipe Chen out at her house, so she had to come to Xiaobei's house. The girl asks to protect her. She has to survive and leave here for Beijing. It's true she has no money. In the middle of the night, the guy asked Chen to write on a piece of paper what she owes Xiaobei one time. It could be just a plate of noodles or maybe something else, who knows. Now Xiaobei walks around shadowing Chen, protecting her all the way to and from school. One day, he even attacked Wei Lai and threatened to stop her from touching her former classmate. While the students are sworn not to let their parents and teachers down, Xiaobei is doing some shady business and fighting all the time. He says he's not going to waste his time at school. Mama Chen wants her bodyguard to protect her, and she's afraid to walk the streets. Xiaobei almost always comes home bruised from being beaten since he was 13, but Chen is the first to ask if he's hurt. They almost never break up. A classmate even thought the girl was being stalked by someone and offered to protect her, but she doesn't need protection. She and Xiaobei are getting closer and closer. Chen hopes that they can escape from this town together. One night, Xiaobei and his friends are taken to the police station. The cops are looking for the rapist and the girl has to identify her attacker. Chen doesn't understand where her friend has disappeared to and why he's not picking up the phone. The girl is left without protection. The hooligans took advantage of the opportunity and began to beat Chen in a crowd and shoot on their phones, including the guys. They put Chen on their knees and cut off her hair, but this was not enough for the freaks, so they began to tear off the girl's clothes laughing. A bottle flew into the noisy crowd, and then Xiao Lai thought about the fact that they were filmed by CCTV cameras. Xiaobei rushed home with all his legs and found his friend mutilated and wearing torn clothes. He wanted to find the villains immediately, but Chen hugged him and held him back. The poor girl burst into tears, and Xiaobei did not hold back his tears. He had to cut his friend's hair short with a machine to remove the bald spots. He supported Chen and did the same with his own hair. The unhappy friends took a picture together. In a few days, the exam would be held. All the students would get name passes for it. The class fell silent when the kids saw what Chen looked like now. In the evening, students launched sky lanterns for good luck on this rainy day. 9 million students are taking the exam. The children were supported by their parents and Chen's close friend Xiaobei. As the class teacher gave the final instructions, the ribbon was cut and the children were ushered into the school. When the envelopes with questions were opened, a worker found a body in the ground somewhere in the city, and when the exam time came to an end, the corpse was already lying on the coroner's desk. Fingerprints identified the girl as high school bitch Wei Lai. Detectives are questioning a guy whose car was spotted near the crime scene. The trunk was found with traces of blood. The boy recalls that last night his father's cab was used by Xiaobei, but did not give up his friend and lied that the car was stolen. Her friends accused Chen of murder because they had recently abused her. The phone with the recording fell into the hands of Detective Jan. The police immediately came to the girl's home. The only thing she asked for was to give her time to take the remaining 2 exams, but the suspect was brought to the police station. The girl claims that she didn't tell anyone about the attack so as not to distract her from studying for the exam, and after that incident she didn't see Lai again, and on the day she was studying at home as usual. The detectives decide to let Chen go for now so she can take the exams, but how can she concentrate now? She thinks about herself and what happened. Finally, all the exams have been passed and the students can breathe a sigh of relief, but not her. Xiaobei was waiting for the girl in the back alley. He grabbed the girl and closed the door so that the policemen who were escorting her couldn't catch up with them. Xiaobei demands her friend call for help as if he's attacked her. Xiaobei is still a lost man with no brains and no future, but he loves Chen and will save her. The bandit is a juvenile and will be given a lenient sentence, and when the girl graduates they can meet again. Xiaobei ripped Chen's clothes off, kissed her goodbye and slapped her several times in front of the cops. At the station, detectives poke Xiaobei. His skin was found under the murdered woman's fingernails. He also has deep scratches on his arm. The guy recalls burying the body, burning his clothes, and deleting their photo with Chen. Xiao Bei says he harassed Wai Lai, but she resisted and he accidentally nailed her. Chen recalls how it really happened. Wai Lai accosted her and asked her not to report her to the police because of the assault, offered her money and to do the same to her. She burst into tears and kneeled down, but Chen just turned around and walked away. Then she started to harass the girl and pissed her off, saying that they could be friends because those two fools had already bored her. Then she started talking about Chen's mother. The rich girl will give her money and she will be able to pay off her debts. It made Chen angry and she pushed Lai. The girl forgot that they were walking on a steep staircase and rolled down the schoolgirl several times and hit her head hard. The detective Jan Chen lied that she didn't know Xiao Bei, but he looked at the camera footage and saw that the guy was always with her. Jan showed the gopnik the footage of Chen being bullied and he tried to pretend he didn't care. In a neighboring office, Chen is pressured to admit her involvement in the incident because it was for everything Wei Lai had done. Detective Zhang asks the guy not to take them for fools. Even after his confession, Chen still remains the main suspect, and the girls describe what will happen to the rapist Xiao Bei pretends to be. So she's better off admitting that they were in on it, but no matter how much pressure the lovers put on them, they still haven't cracked. Jan thinks the girl can't bear it if Xiao Bei is thrown in jail for decades. Chen was picked up from the police station by her mom and went back to school. Xiao Bei's friends were once again beaten up, and he himself was thrown in jail. He and Chen remember how good they were together. At the same time, the regular kids are rejoicing at the end of school. Chen got the highest score on the exam and can enter any university in the country. Her mom is madly happy for her. Came to congratulate the graduate and Detective Jan, but the girl no longer speaks to him. By the way, Jan with good news: Xiao Bei was sentenced to death because of the seriousness of the crimes. The court gave a quick verdict. Xiao Bei lied to the girl about being a minor. Chen cries. She asks Jen to leave them alone. Why won't he let at least one of them be free? Chen beat up and bit the cop and then he confessed that he lied, but the verdict is still pending, but he'll be in jail for decades, and she would have gotten off with only a couple of years. Chen finally decided to confess and the detective brought her to meet Xiao Bei. They could pretend no more and finally smiled when they saw each other. They started laughing and crying at the same time, the studious student and the bully. Such an odd couple. Chen admitted that she felt much better, as if she had passed the last exam. Chen got 4 years in prison and years later she's teaching English. The teacher noticed a student who seemed to be in a bad way. Chen didn't ignore her and walked the girl home. After listening to her problems, Chen is followed by Xiao Bei to protect her beloved.